One of the greatest books to ever cover the subject of money and how to build wealth is The Richest Man in Babylon, written by George S. Clason. The rules he writes about are incredibly simple to implement and with time will generate equally incredible results. These financial rules is really what separates the poor that lives from paycheck to paycheck from the wealthy that have reached financial freedom and have created a constant and never-ending stream of income, largely because they've made decisions based on these methods which I'm about to explain. So these are the 7 rules that will inevitably make you filthy rich. The first and most important rule is, a part of what you earn is yours to keep. Don't make the mistake that too many poor people make, which is to spend first and save later, because there will be nothing left for you to save and invest. If you are serious about building wealth and becoming economically independent fast, then the first thing you should do is to save at least 10%. Before paying your bills or buying useless shit, make sure to save at least 10% of what you earn. I've actually made a video specifically for this rule because I really think it's important and you can watch it here. The second rule is to control your expenditures. The best way to avoid building wealth is to have as much expenses as your income. And that's unfortunately an extremely common reasoning among poor people and a brilliant idea if you want to avoid becoming rich.
Yeah, blonders. That's a good idea. That's a good idea.
And as I stated earlier, do you really need to buy expensive, useless shit every single month? If you think you will have trouble getting by each month because you save 10%, then you're not really serious about building wealth. Cut your expenditures, stop buying useless things just because you can and save that instead. You might realize that you can actually save a lot more than only 10% and you are now ahead of the curve to reach financial freedom. The third rule is to multiply your money. The money you've been able to save following the previous rules should now be invested. Make that money work for you all hours around the clock and invest it wisely. I have covered this subject in another video where I explained the methods used by the top 50 investors around the world that I picked up from Tony Robbins in his book Money Master the Game. But you essentially want to diversify your risk, not the assets attached to the risk. I recommend the All-Weather Portfolio by Ray Dalio. This portfolio and its asset allocation is, after thorough testing and with Tony Robbins' own words, invincible, unsinkable and unconquerable. I go through the percentages for this portfolio along with other important rules and steps which you can watch here. The fourth rule is to protect your money. Warren Buffett's number 1 rule is to not lose money. If you lose 50% of your investment, it will take 100% to get back to even. And as you begin to acquire more money, you will have temptations to make riskier investments in order to make more money faster. And this is more than often a bad call and can bring devastating results. Make sure your investment is secure and avoid loaning or dealing in the private sector. Eliminate the element of risk and instead invest in indexes such as the S&P 500. Don't trust brokers or mutual fund managers that promises to beat the market, because 96% of actively managed mutual funds fails to beat the market over any sustained period of time. The market is referring to a stock index such as the S&P 500, and again, the wisest thing to do is to invest in an index, don't try to beat it. The fifth rule is to own your own home. Avoid renting your home as that's only beneficial for the short term. And as with everything financially, make decisions for the long term, be patient and let time do its magic. When you rent a home, you're paying for something that you will never own and you will only live there temporarily. However, if you take a loan to buy a home, with every payment you reduce the loan and you will eventually own the home completely. If you don't want to live there anymore, you have the capability to sell it, which is something you lack if you're only renting it. Rule number 6 is to ensure a future income. Have a separate savings or investment portfolio that you will not touch until you're ready to retire. Add cash to it every month and it will yield results for many years. It's kind of like your own personal 401k that you have full and complete control over. Don't let your government have full responsibility for your future earnings, but make an effort to create your own, and then reap the rewards of having both. The 7th and last rule is to increase your earnings. Increase your own quality and worth in your field. Invest in yourself and learn as much as possible. The highest earners are the ones who work on themselves equally or more than they do on their job. Apply the law of 3 and you will be on your way to increase your income at any age in any field. And you can watch my video on the law of 3 here. The law of 3 will help you double your productivity, performance and output within 12 months and sometimes even within the first month. And that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to destroy that like button and don't forget to subscribe to keep yourself primed. Yeah.